Alright, let's get started then. Hey guys, this is Steve. Welcome back to the channel. It's going to be more of a talking head thing, different than what I usually do with the main camera that I use. This is using the webcam that I got, mostly for game streaming and stuff like that. I wanted to do this video earlier, actually, but the weather this week kind of made it difficult. I had the kids home from school, so to try to keep the noise down and finding like a little bit of time to get everything done properly made me change a few things about this particular video. I'd planned a big production about, doing slow pans over the equipment. I can't do that. I'm going to be changing too much gear, and it'd be too many cuts and edits. I just wanted to make this straightforward and simple. So basically what I'm doing today is just the current situation with the equipment that I have and what I've been doing and what I'm using pretty much everything for. So right now let's get started with the beef of the whole thing. Mostly the camera equipment that I currently have. What I shoot most of the video with, especially the beginning shot that I used, was this little girl here. It's the Canon EOS Rebel T3i. Had this thing for a long time. This is one of those I purchased because of the kids. It's got burst shooting, can use high capacity memory cards. I don't remember what the is that even a card in here? I don't remember what the max spec is, but I usually use 32 gig cards with the high spec. I think it's a UC1. Could be totally wrong. I got a card here. Here we go. It's that's it. It's a class 10 card. I don't know if it'll focus on here. It's not letting me. It's a class 10 card, so it's the fastest card for the camera. And as you can see, I've got the mic on here, the Takstar. The first video I shot was about this particular mic. And even though I do use the audio on the lav mic, the beginning of this particular video that I shot, the very beginning before I spoke, was all from the Takstar, because I wanted to get all the all the lighting clicks. I wanted to hear the steps. I wanted you to hear me walking around. So the beginning of that is this microphone here. Then at the very end, using DaVinci Resolve, I just swapped the audio for that one quick second where I picked up the lav mic, and I said, well, here we go. So this is the guy right here. Battery's starting to go on her. I'm going to have to look at either replacing the battery or buying the actual separate internal power supply that can be gotten for this camera. I think it's like 15 bucks. Might do that later on. I'm in no rush. This is working pretty well for me. This has been my daily driver for either sports stuff, kids events, parties. This camera as a point and shoot is great. And if I want to get even fancier, I did get an additional zoom lens. I've got that wrapped up in a bag, so sports events for the kids, I can get all the shots I want. And being outdoors, I can put it on the sports setting and just hold the button down and let her go and get all the action shots that I could possibly ask for. So this is the main guy here. What I've been trying to get to use, this is an older JVC Handycam. Positives of this camera is that it can record until it runs out of memory. It'll just keep on going. The problem with the Canon is that after about 4 gig of memory is used on the card, it'll stop. It won't stop and start. It won't roll over to a new file. And sometimes it'll just stop on its own because it gets too hot. So if I'm doing longer shoots, it becomes a little bit more problematic. This guy here doesn't have that problem. It's a JVC Vario. Forget which model number, but it's definitely expired. It's expired. It's definitely outdated. It's the JVC GZHM200AU. I tried to update the firmware on this guy. The website denies its existence. The firmware is there, but if you go to click it, the download is gone. So I even went onto the Japanese website to try to get it, and that didn't work either. Battery life on this is decent. I did get a separate third-party battery on it. Pretty good. It's got a slot for 2 memory cards, so it'll record to card A and then flip over to card B, and just keep doing its thing. Shooting in 1080p, this can record about 2 hours, 45 minutes of video straight, depending on the quality. Downside to this guy, indoor lighting is horrible. This thing is grainy as anything. It looks like classic 480p YouTube. It's really bad. But when it's outside, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I might use this for some outside stuff. I don't know what outside stuff I'll be doing for this particular channel, but this is it. Again, this is one of those for the kids, as I record them throughout their life while I still have this camera. But that's what I use this for mainly, and I'll see if I can get this to put in the channel. Another one that I can't exactly show you because I'm using it is the Logitech C920. The C920 has been the go-to webcam for a lot of people for many years. I picked this thing up. I don't know why there was such a price drop on it. It was like half off. While searching for webcams, I said, let me see, this thing's usually like $100. I got it for 55. I don't know if it's because the C922 had come out and they're just getting rid of back stock. I don't know. It works. It does the job. Again, I'm running this channel on like no budget. So I think I maybe spent $80 to run this whole thing. So that's pretty much everything. Also, this guy here. This thing I've had for about 20 years. This tripod is old. I don't even think they sell it anymore. I haven't even looked it up. It's an old ProMaster 6050. It's your classic 3-leg tripod, but the problem is this thing doesn't even hold up anymore. Like, I can just straight pull this out. If I would just unlock this here, it pulls right out. Like, this doesn't even spin it anymore, so I manually adjust it like this. See, it's kind of going, it's kind of not. I stripped the gears years ago. I'm sure I did. The little attachment here is cracked, but it still holds on to the camera. There's really nothing horribly wrong with this thing. I wouldn't use this in a professional environment without being laughed at. But for me, this is fine. I think this was $20 20 years ago. So it definitely owes me nothing. But here she is. This is great. Now, what I've been using to edit all my videos and throw it all together. Again, I didn't want to spend any money. So I've been using DaVinci Resolve. It's free. A lot of people compare it to Adobe Premiere. It's fine. I haven't used Adobe Premiere, but I know a lot more established channels and a couple of the guys I work with use it for the stuff that we do. And I've been using it. I've been learning it all by myself with the help of other YouTube videos. So yes, I'm watching YouTube videos on how to make YouTube videos. The internet's a glorious thing. Been using that. Been using all the tips I've been finding online. How to do audio fades, fade outs, how to put in text, how to make text move, how to adjust volume settings, how to fade in and fade out volume like I did at the beginning. And I'm learning as I go. If I want to try something new, I look it up online or see if I can figure it out myself first. But so far, so good. For the audio, I've been using Audacity. This particular audio is being recorded right into the video. So whatever this is using, hopefully this is picking up actually. I've been doing this the whole time and I don't even know if the audio is being picked up. I'm sure it has. I've used this before. But of course, I'm like 8 minutes into this thing and I'm going to go check it out now, right? So I go to my recording devices. Yes, it looks like my webcam is my default device. So it's being picked up there. Great. This isn't going well at all. So I'm going to see if I can adjust the audio. Can I flip it? What happens if I flip it? Well, there I just flipped it, so let's find out. Let's see if that did anything. I don't know. Well, you know what? I'm gonna Set to default. What if I undefault it? Oh well, this video is already gone to hell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here right now and see what it sounds like. And I'll make a second clip for the rest. Like I said, I'm learning as I go along. Alright, well it looks like we were okay anyway, so good times. Like I said, first time doing this stuff. I'm learning as I go. Anyway, so speaking of audio, I've been using Audacity to record a lot of the stuff first. So what I'll do is I'll record both. I'll record both on the Canon with the hot shoe mic as well as the lav mic. See which audio I like best, or even blend the two like I discussed at the beginning of the video. So I've been doing that. That seems to be working well. Audacity is free. You can download it online, and it's been around forever, for a really, really, really long time. Excuse me, tea. Now the computer I've had forever. It's an old at its core, it's an old AMD 8350. It's an 8-core AMD chip, obviously, running at 4 gigahertz per second, 16 gig of DDR3 RAM, and a GTX 970. And the main drive is a solid state drive. I believe it's a Crucial MX 500. When I'm exporting video, when I'm dumping the video out using using DaVinci Resolve, 5-minute video takes about 4 minutes to dump out. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. But when I'm dumping it out, all of the 8 cores are pegged. The fans kick up, and it does its thing, and it spits it out. And I haven't had a video skip on me. I haven't had any problems yet. So far, so good. Another piece of equipment that I'm going to start to use, I'm going to do it for the next live stream that I'm going to do, is OBS is what I use to capture all of my game streaming. You can create particular scenes where you've got the game being captured as well as the webcam pointing at somebody. And I figured out how to, with the help of online tutorials, how to use the green screen that's in the back to cut all that out and just have my floating head there. Whereas before in some tests I had a blanket over like a clothes hanging thing, which is what it is back there. You can actually see the little clips that I've got that held out. The green screen is 6 sheets of Walmart purchased like poster board. That's it. It was like $5 for all. I think it was like 88 cents each or 77 cents each. Not even $5 for the whole thing about. And put it all together using painter's tape on the back, and I held it up, and ta-da, green screen, and that worked. But like I was saying earlier, the game capture from my first live stream got kind of blurry, even though it didn't appear to be using a lot of resources on my computer. I did some testing using my laptop, which is a Core i5, only running at 3 gigahertz compared to this beast that I have next to me, to this 8-core processor, at running a 4 gigahertz instead. It ran beautifully. So I'm going to try a test stream over this weekend. I'll put it out there. I'll put it on my personal Facebook page, and I'll just put that up there and say, hey, I'm streaming. I may even text a few friends who don't follow Facebook and see how it goes. And I'll ask everybody's opinions. So it'll be at 60 FPS at 720. I think last time I did at 30 FPS at 720. And the CPU is pegged on that particular laptop as it's streaming, and it looked pretty good on the recording that I made locally. So we'll see how that goes. And I think that's really about it for right now. I just wanted to show you guys what I've been using, what the setup's like, even some of the lighting. I'm not using all of the lighting now because I've only got one LED light behind my screen. It's just a 60 watt, whatever the wattage is, LED bulb, and I've got 1, 2, 3 of like the bendy arm lamps. One's on a clip, so I can put that anywhere if I needed any additional lighting. I've got a little 4-watt LED. See how it's actually on. I didn't even notice. If I turn it off, you see I lose the back. And I think this thing runs at 4 watts. It's supposed to push out 60. It's not bad. I've got ceiling fan lights up here, and I have them all on. But as I had it on for this particular shot, especially since I've got all these white screens up here, if I get rid of this and I get rid of this, I'm less washed out. You know, figuring this stuff out. I'm figuring out my lighting. I was looking at getting soft boxes. At my part-time job that I have, I was helping out on a photo shoot, and my boss bought these like 3 photo boxes, like on the stands, one huge one and like 2 fill boxes, and those are pretty cool. That's about 80 bucks. So later, I don't need it now. I'm shooting in my basement, so I can, if I really want to do it, I can, but this is kind of where I want to be for right now with any cash that I'm putting into this project. Like I said, I'm learning all this stuff. I'm doing this as I go. I'm learning as I go, and watching other people do their things for their channels. They're inspiring me to work on everything here. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, I just wanted to give you a quick little peek into how I do things here, into how my process is, to the equipment that I use that I've had forever. Very little of the stuff is brand new except for this guy here and this guy here. That's all I said? Oh, and the $5 on the green screen. And the clips I hold the kids' potato chips bags with, so I gotta get them back. Anyway. Have a good night, guys. See you in the next one, and I'll let you guys know when I'm going to be streaming next, alright? Please give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe for more content. I try to go for a weekly thing. If I don't have anything produced, I'll at least try to stream a game, keep you guys entertained. If there's any games that you want to see streamed, let me know. I've been playing Fortnite with the kids. I suck. But it's fun, so I'll probably do War Thunder again. I like that game because it's quick in, it's quick out. You don't have a lot of 12-year-old kids on on headsets calling you a noob. Anyway, have a good night, you guys, and see you in the next one. All right, see you.